Welcome to a brand new episode of Johnson's Court. Today I'm super excited to be with you guys because it's the NFL playoffs, guys. We finally made it. We made it through weeks 1 through 18 and finally week 19, which is not really a thing. But you know what I mean, because you transfer over to the playoffs, which just makes it super fun, super exciting, because just like you guys and myself, and the rest of the NFL teams who didn't make the playoffs will be sitting from the stairs or the couch or at the bar or in Cancun, wherever that may be, and enjoying the playoffs because they did not make it. And neither did we make it either. Well, with that being said, we had a great regular season. So hats off to everybody who did make the playoffs, who didn't make the playoffs, who are going to get better next year, or maybe tank to get the number 1 pick, number 2, number 3 pick, things like that. As you guys all know and remember, I kept our picks, our records, all the way through the season. Weeks 1 through 9 and then 10 through 18. First half of the season, I was winning. Nick was in second, Beagle was in third. But funny enough, someone came back and won it all. Someone had a phenomenal second half and just turned it around. It wasn't about the first half. He's going to tell you, I'm not going to lie to you. The first half they had me. But guess what? I'm a dog. We dogs. And we came back. He came back in the second half to win it all. So I'll tell you right now, in third place is Nick Solomon with 175 wins, 96 losses, and just one tie. There will be one tie for everybody because that did happen this season. In second place, who was leading in first place halfway through the year and then just did not have that good of a second half. Your man, your host, Riley Johnson, with 177 wins, 94 losses, and that one tie. But give me a drum roll, please, for the man who was able to come back, have a phenomenal second half, and just, not let anybody tell him that he can't do this. He kept with it, picked every single week the most amount of teams that won, and was able to come first. Mr. Nathan Beagle. You went 182 wins, 89 losses, and not one tie. Look at us, guys. Congrats to everyone who played this year, how much fun it was. If you played, if you followed along, I really appreciate that as well. This was just so much fun. Every season is different, as I say every year. Oh, there's our Wally doing our floors out there, keeping this house clean. It's so cool that anything can happen in football every single year. As we talked about, the NFL, college football playoffs are on right now. So cool to think it's going to be Indiana versus Miami. Indiana, the worst college football team in the history of college football, playing for a national championship next Monday, January 19th. Who's playing Miami, who has a great storyline, who was almost out of the CFP because Notre Dame was ahead of them every single week. And then the after-conference championships, it flipped the script. They got it, and they beat every single person to make it to the national championship. Playoffs, you learn who you are, what you are, and why you are here. So congrats to both of those programs. But here, we're going to get into the playoffs for the NFL playoffs. We have games today, which is Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday night game. We'll start off full Saturday because we've got a pretty good slate, ladies and gentlemen. Our first game is the Los Angeles Rams versus the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Panthers, this is a home game for the Panthers. This is a road game for the Rams. The Rams did not win their division. They had a very hard division this year. But with that being said, they're playing a road game because the Panthers won their division, but they went 8-9. Let me say that one more time. They went 8-9. Tell me how a team who wins their division is 8-9 is going to host a playoff team when another team, the Seahawks or the Rams, have a better record, but they're playing on the road. Make that make sense. Maybe we can. But the Rams are a 10-point favorite. The Rams should come in there and slap around the Panthers, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And looking at what's going to happen and what Nick and Beagle think, we all are picking the Rams. We're picking the Rams to win this because we don't see the Panthers having a shot. Maybe in the first quarter they get in a good rhythm like Oregon did last night. But maybe not the rest of the game. The Rams are going to slap them around. So for the first game of the 2025-2026 playoffs, it is the Rams winning the first game. Then we've got a late game. The game that is on tonight is the game, honestly, a lot of people are picking to be wild card game of the weekend. It's the Green Bay Packers playing the Chicago Bears. The Green Bay Packers This is an NFC North showdown again. These teams are playing for a third time, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard to beat a team once. It's hard to beat a team twice. Can you beat a team 3 times? Or just playing them 3 times. You know that team like the back of your hand. You know what they look like. You know what they do. What can they do differently to win? Well, the only advantage the Bears have is it's at home for them and they're going to draw in the crowd. But the Green Bay Packers fans, they do travel and they travel well. So it's going to be a loud environment. It's going to be a cold environment because it's January, ladies and gentlemen. Almost every single time I pick the Green Bay Packers when they're playing somebody. Just with the reputation, how good they've been, what Jordan Love's able to do. But the Bears, the Chicago Bears, one of the dumpster fire organizations, and yes, I heard it. You heard it. I said it. I'm sorry, Beagle. I'm sorry for all those Bears fans out there. You've been so bad for so long. But it doesn't matter anymore because you turned it around. You got Ben Johnson. You got the guy you needed to turn your season around. Just like Indiana with Curt Cignetti. You got them. This is your time to shine. This is your time to prove that you're not just a regular season team. You are a playoff team as well. So with that being said, all 3 of us once again are picking the Bears to win tonight. That means our first game and our second game, we're all going 2-0. And I'll say it here, and I know that we're going to win 2-0. So this matchup tonight is going to be a fun one, ladies and gentlemen. Then tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I personally think this is wild card game of the week. It is the Buffalo Bills playing the the Jacksonville Jaguars. Shout out to the Jags fans I know. Shout out to you, Cam, if you're watching this, or if you're not. You guys tore up the AFC South, man. You guys were just able to do things I did not think you were going to do. Trevor Lawrence is turning in to the Clemson Trevor Lawrence that we knew he was and could be and is. But you're playing the most experienced quarterback in the league right now, besides Aaron Rodgers, who's also in the playoffs. You are playing Josh Allen. This is Josh Allen's playoff to win. I know you hear the storyline. There's no Lamar Jackson. There's no Joe Burrow. There's no Patrick Mahomes. There's no Lamar Jackson. It doesn't matter, though. These other teams we're playing are good as well because they earned their spot. They are just as good. So throw that storyline out. Yes, he's got the most pressure. Yes, he should win. But their team hasn't been the best this year. Realistically, I feel like the Bears should have been the Bills should have been the number 1 seed. They weren't. But that's okay, guys. Because every team has their journey and their story to get to the championship game. And this is just part of the Bills story. But with that being said, Jacksonville is playing lights out defense. Their offense is playing really well. For me, I know in my heart I'm picking the Bills because I want to see the Bills win the championship. I said at the beginning of the year, this is the Bills' year. So I'm going Bills here, but don't be surprised if this is an upset and the Jacksonville Jaguars win. I hope not, because then that would screw my pick and who I think is going to win the championship. But just watch out for this game. I think it's wild card game of the weekend. I'm going the Bills. Nick is going the Bills, and so is Beagle. So for 3 picks in a row, we are 3-0 through the weekend, guys. Then at 4:30, a lot of people might say this is the wild card game of the weekend. It's the 49ers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. The 49ers had a chance in the last regular season game of the year to win. To be able to play all games at home, and if they made it to the Super Bowl, would be playing a home Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think many people understand that right now. But instead, every game they play, every team they play, every game they advance to is on the road until they make it to the Super Bowl. But you got to make it there. How much of a road warrior are the 49ers? I don't know, man. This one's going to be hard because the Philadelphia Eagles have the experience. They know what it takes. They've been Super Bowl champs. It's at home for the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's the only thing you got to let me know and tell me. Give me the Eagles at home. As much as this is going to be a good game as well, I do think the Eagles pull it out. So I think we have 2 good back-to-back games. Obviously 3 if you count Saturday. I'm going Eagles. Nick is going Eagles, and so is Eagle. That's 4-0 through the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Put a bet on it right now if you're 21 years or older. Do it. Then at 8:15. Some Patriots fans, some Chargers fans might say this is NFL weekend card game of the weekend. It's the Patriots, who I can't stand, dude. I can't stand. I dislike them as much as Ohio State fans. They're playing the Chargers. Who the Chargers have that storyline of you can do it, you aren't there. What is stopping you? Why do you keep losing? You've got the team. You've got the quarterback. You've got the coach. Do it. Get it done. I think they do it this year. Yes, they're going into Foxborough. Yes, it's going to be a game on the road. But that doesn't matter. You know why? Because they have the coach. They have the QB. They are the more experienced team, and I think that is what will get them over the hump. So this is the first road team that I'm picking to win. Actually, this is the second road team, because the Bills are the first one. And I've got the Chargers also winning this one and moving on. But that is where we all disagree. Because Nick has the Patriots and Beagle has the Patriots as well. So I'm the lone wolf out here. I'm not picking the Patriots to win. One reason, I don't like them. Two, I think they've got a great head coach, Mike Vrabel. I do like Drake May. They got Stephon Diggs. They've got a good team, but they're a young team. And that's why I think the Chargers and the experience will beat them Sunday night. Then you have one more game on Monday night at 8:15. People may be tuning in. People may not be tuning in. But it's the Houston Texans. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Texans, coming out of the AFC South, have had a great defense this year along with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Offense struggled. Didn't know if the Texans were going to make it, but they did make it. They're here. They made it, guys. But they're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have been a rough, beat-up team all year long. Aaron Rodgers got hurt. DK Metcalf got suspended the last 2 games. Mike Tomlin didn't go under 500 again this season. Will that be his motivation to win it all this year? To finally win it all? I have no idea. We'll find out, though. We will find out. Because I think the Steelers advance. As much as I don't care about the Steelers either, I think they're a better team than the Texans. Yes, CJ Stroud had a great rookie year last year. Well, we've seen his sophomore slump and what he's doing right now. And that's why I don't think he'll be able to win this. I personally do think that the Steelers will move on. Whoever they play, who knows? We'll see if they win or lose the next round. I'll come back at you in another week or so. But Nick and Beagle both have the Texans winning this game. So I'm the lone wolf again in back-to-back games. I think that I'm picking some teams on the road here, and I like that, guys. If you're going to win championships, you do it by your defense, and you do it either on the road and sometimes maybe at home, depending on where you are. But that's what I'm talking about, guys. This is the playoffs. This is different than the regular season. You don't know what was going to happen in the regular season. Colts should have been in the playoffs. There's a storyline there. There's so many other storylines. But this is the playoffs. It doesn't matter who's in or who's out anymore, because we're only focusing on the teams that who are in. And it's going to be a great NFL playoffs this weekend, and I'm excited for it. And I know you guys are excited for it. So drop your picks down below. Comment. Let me know who you got. Who do you got going all the way? I know who I got. We'll see what happens this year. Thank you all, guys, again, so much for all the love and everything that you guys have done for us and watching these videos. It means a lot. Can't wait to go back and watch them one day. Before I get too emotional, I'm out. See you next weekend.